or they try to.
What in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
You're now listening to Music Impulse with Smilez.
Alright y'all, it's your boy Smilez, and I'm back for another episode of the Music Impulse. On this one, we just talking all music, mainly a lot of R&B. We're doing a little catch up with my homegirl, Key from CLE, you know what I'm saying? Fellow Wale fan, fellow Ohio born and bred person, fellow music lover, just all around, just she a dope person, fellow podcaster, you know, she out here doing it, journalist, you know, fellow journalist. We out here doing this media thing, you know what I'm saying, all that. But yeah, how you doing?
Life's been lifing, but I'm okay for the most part. I'm okay.
Oh yeah, I definitely understand that.
Yeah, life has been lifing. This has been a year. Like
yeah.
This has been my year of just testing everything, and I thought I was gonna lose the battle, but I'm coming out.
Hey, that's good. As long as you keep fighting out. I was actually just texting with one of my little sisters about the same thing, because I had actually sent her a clip from the Victoria Monet interview with Elliot Wilson.
Oh yes, I just saw the clips of that. And
she was talking about being a Taurus, and my little sister is a Taurus, and I know she's kind of been having like a little rough time or whatever, you know, this year as well and all that. So I was like, check out this clip. I was like, she's just talking about being a Taurus and like not using it as y'all being stubborn and bullheaded, but as y'all just being determined. And my sister was like, wow. She was like, thank you for that. She's like, my life has just been I keep getting turned around. She was like, and it's hard. It's been hard for me to stay determined and focus on my goals and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I figured you like that.
Yeah, she does really good interviews. She's a very pure person. Mm-hmm. I'm like very happy for her with all these Grammy nominations. Like I bet this year has been overwhelming for her, because she like overnight she just became that, and I'm just really proud for her.
Yeah, because I was surprised. I was like, yes, I thought it was gonna be like another album that's kind of go like under the radar.
I thought she's gonna get maybe 2 max. I'm not gonna lie, but for her to come out 7 is like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not even mad at it. I love her album. I love it. I love her, and she's just a great performer. Just all around. I'm very upset that I'm not even gonna catch her on tour, because she's not coming nowhere near Cleveland. Well, she's gonna be in Chicago, but it's not gonna match my schedule.
Yeah.
And it's just irritating. But I just hope she extends it now that she's like a Grammy nominated artist, you know. But
yeah, because hey, you know,
they keep
price going up.
Yes, her price going up. I'm not mad at it though. Same thing happened to Ari Lennox when she got Grammy nominated, and then she went on tour. And I remember paying $25 for an Ari Lennox ticket. I paid like, with meet and greet, probably all of like $180.
Yeah, hey, that's what it is right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I haven't stopped I feel like even with the inflation's going on, like, you know, I'm gonna go to a concert, but I feel like my need for going to concerts has been so much more, because that's the only thing that like makes me happy in a way.
Right.
So that's what I'm gonna spend my money on. Like, I don't care how much it is, I'm gonna spend my money on the concert.
Yeah, because I was actually telling my girl, I was like, hey, just let you know now, being with me, you gonna see that I like to go to concerts a lot. Like, I've already taken her to 2 within like the last couple months. We went to go see the Neo concert. We went to the Neo and Mario.
I missed that one.
Concert.
I was real mad.
And then dang it, why am I blanking on my man's got white dude? He a big white dude, but he sing like an R&B. Let me look it up. I don't know why can I not think of his name.
It was a big jelly white. Is that what you said?
He a big white dude, but he like sing like R&B, like country, like type fusion.
Oh.
What is his name? Check my playlist. Why am I bugging on his name? Literally just went to go see him.
I was saying you just saw the man.
Yeah.
At least you supported him.
Yeah. But she's the one that actually got me hip to him. Because it was like, you know, one day just riding around listening to the music, and I was like,
Really,
who
bro?
is? I was like, who is this? And she was like, oh, this is him. I'm like, damn, this is fire. Let me.
The
continue.
Jelly Roll?
What's his name? Come on. What is it? October? Which we went to go see him.
I really want to see Xavier Omar. He's gonna be in Chicago on my birthday, but I don't want to spend my birthday in Chicago. But I really want to see Xavier Omar, like really bad.
What was? What was this dude? I'm gonna be mad because I was like, I really just saw him. Is this night? Stop going to October. I'm trying to go to September. Oh, no, I'm just gonna call and ask.
I'm about to just call.
Hey, what was that guy that we just went to go see? I was trying to think. I was showing Kiana, huh?
Teddy Swims.
Teddy Swims. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Oh,
Bye.
okay. I'm Kid.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
got.
I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, Teddy Swims. Because I had never heard of him until she had played like some song with him on, and I was like, "Yo, this is fire! Who is this?" She was like, before. I'll show you what he looked like. She was like, "Let me just play some more music from." I was like, she was excited. She was like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "If you like this, let me." She was like,
All right,
"I'm about
let
to,"
me put you on real quick.
and she played like 4 more songs. I was like, "Yo, like." Yeah,
That's
like,
crazy.
I'm like, okay, like, who is this dude? Like, who is Teddy Swims? She was like, all right. She's like, when I show you him, you not gonna believe. And she was like, this is what he looked like. I was like, so white dude with like a bunch of tattoos. She was like, yeah.
Yes, that is crazy.
I was like,
That is crazy.
I was like, yeah. I was like, this dude is fire. And ever since I like downloaded all his music and I was, and then I saw he was going on tour. And I bought a ticket. I was like, "Hey, we're gonna see Teddy Swims." She was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go see Teddy Swims." She was like, "I should have known that." She was like, "I should have known that." Like, she's like, "I knew." She's like, "I knew he was touring, but she's like, I don't really do like go to concerts all like that." I was like, "Oh yeah, you gonna have to learn that dealing with me.
No.
we going to concerts." I was like, I've learned that I'll go to a concert by myself if I have to. R&B, rap,
Same.
whatever. If I'm a fan, I'm gonna go.
Same.
So it's either
Same.
get with it or get left behind.
Either we going or you being left.
Yeah.
Come on. That's funny. Yeah. I personally, I'm trying to think. I went to so many different concerts this year, and then I kind of like took a pause after summer because I feel like I did way too much. Like, I was going hard, but I think one of the last concerts I went to, well, now that I think about it, the last concert I went to was Chloe Bailey. That was a really good concert.
Okay, yeah, I did want to go to that.
I just don't like how she was singing over her own songs. Like she don't need the track. She don't need the track. Like she's a powerhouse, and she was singing. It was like really distracting, and she had the music behind her. And I want to say I saw 50 Cent too. Did you see 50 Cent?
I was actually supposed to go to that one.
That was a great show.
I ended up having to sell my ticket like the day of the concert to like to my cousin's husband.
And that's crazy because I literally bought my ticket the day of. And for the longest, it was like a fight within me, like, do I want to go? And it was at a venue that I really don't like that much. So it was like, I really don't want to take this drive. I really don't feel like going. And I think it was like on a Sunday too. Had to work the next day, that Monday. So I'm like, I don't really want to do this. But I went. I think we bought our tickets for cheap. Like, it was crazy. Like, the day of, probably like 2 hours beforehand. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah. And it was a great time. Like, I had a really great time.
Yeah,
it was great. We had a great time.
Yeah, because I had to work my side job doing a security job overnight, and I forgot I forgot I had already accepted the shift, and I was like, dang it! I was like, I can't find nobody to take the shift. I can't find nobody. If I accepted it, anybody else gonna take it. Yeah, right. I'm like, fuck! I don't want this ticket to go to waste, so I like just put it out to the folks I know. I'm like, hey, anybody want to go to 50 Cent like tomorrow? Like, I'm not even gonna charge you like full price. So like, I just need like something back.
Yeah.
And I even asked like my family, and my cousin was like, oh, like, well, my husband might want to go, and he was like, yeah, bro, if you cool with me just paying you tomorrow when I get paid. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. It's the day of the concert. It's like,
just need it. Right, have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up, it was so crazy because it's like one of those things where like we saw he was on tour, and it was like, oh, if he come to Cleveland, we'll definitely go. And then like we saw he was coming, so we were like, okay, cool, we'll go. Forgot all about it. And then I got caught up with the Beyonce mess, and just, whoo, that was a time. And then by the time I came back, because I went to go see her in Arizona, by the time I came back, I kind of forgot about the 50 Cent show, and it was like 2 weeks after. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Like, it was just like last day spring of the thing, and we was just like, forget it, we'll go. And it was crazy because where the venue was at is like a 40-minute drive, and we still went. Like, I was like, I'm gonna go. Like, it's like, whatever, I'll do my makeup in the car. It's fun. I had a great time.
Yeah, because
yeah, those are the last couple concerts I went to. I was supposed to be seeing Doja Cat, but we'll see how that goes.
Oh yeah. I was like, I probably won't be going nothing for the rest of the year. Gotta save up the money, stack up the money.
Yeah, I feel that. For sure.
Yeah. Got some things we're trying to do, so
yeah.
Gotta make moves. Gotta
make some moves. I know that's right.
Again, telling my girl, I was like, yep. I was like, gotta sit down and figure out, like, okay, this is priority. This really ain't priority. I can hold off on that.
You gotta make sure we know what priorities are. Yeah. From this day going forward.
Because really the big thing is like, because I'm about to move in with her at the end of the year. And so I was like, I've never lived with a significant other, so like this will be something new for me.
What are you scared about with moving in with a significant other? Because you never done it before. Like, what are your worries?
Really just having to adjust with how to live, because she's like, we doing so far. Like, you know, I come over your house for a few nights, and you come over to my house, and I was like, yeah,
not the same.
That's what I said. It's not the same. I was like, we actually gonna be living with each other. Like, we talked about it earlier. I was like, yeah, are you worried about anything about having, like, you know, and like growing pains of living with a significant other? She was like, well, she's like, I did with an ex, like when she was in like college and stuff. She was like, I'm like, I've never done it. So I was like, I was like, but are you gonna be able to understand like this certain stuff I do that you might not like? She was like, oh no, she's like, I'm fully like prepared for that. I've already like thought it through. She's
now
like,
the question is,
she was like,
are y'all getting a 2-bedroom?
Right now I'm just gonna move into her 1-bedroom, and then when her lease is up, we're gonna get a 2-bedroom.
Okay.
So I just gonna hold out till June. Yeah.
Just need space, if anything. Because I always say you never know, you know, use that extra room for your own separate space or her own separate space, or just making sure that y'all's space isn't so shared. You know, That's the only thing I can definitely say. But other than that, I think living with a significant other is it's fun for the most part. It's an intimate feeling, like, ooh, this is love. Like, I'm waking up to you every day. Okay, we doing this together. And then it's like, okay, we ain't got no boundaries for real.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you gotta make sure there's boundaries. Make sure you understand what makes her uncomfortable versus what makes you uncomfortable, and just stand on it. Make sure that you're not making them feel uncomfortable. Especially with company. If one person likes to have company over another person don't, that can get annoying. And just make sure that you just scheduling time outside the house. That doesn't count as date night all the time.
That's what we saw. We was like, hey, we gotta make sure we intentionally like have like a date night like every 2 weeks.
Intentionally, yes, because you could get very caught up in. All right, I'm coming from work. You home from work, watching TV, dinner, we going to bed together. That's not a date. So make sure that that's separate still from date night. Make sure that you still do things outside.
Yeah, because she said the only thing she's really worried about is me just speaking up. She was like, yeah, one, because you're coming into like my space. She's like, I'm trying to make sure I'm more open, make space for you. She's like, but she's like, I know you quiet, you whole thing is like, I need you to like, if I do something that makes you upset, I need you to speak up, say something.
Right, that's a biggie.
She's like, don't hold it in. She's like, don't, or like do something petty to like, oh, because you did this, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, just be vocal. Just be vocal, because it can get very tit for tat very quick. Like, and it can get very petty. Y'all arguing about petty stuff. I remember me and my ex used to argue about, like bathroom rituals and things like that. Like, he was not used to like hair everywhere. Like, I'm not used to cleaning as soon as I get out the shower type of thing. So it's like making sure we communicating about that. But it turned into petty arguments, like petty text messages throughout the day. Like, what did I do? And then you coming home and you just like, oh, I left hair in the tub. Okay, like little stuff like that. So like, just making sure that you just communicating and But I don't got that problem no more. I'm locked now. But but yeah, you just never know. Just being vocal about little irritations, because it can be a lot. Like you said, she's in your shared space as well. So it's like she got to be more open, but then you also feel like, well, this is now my home, at least for half a year. So I want to feel comfortable.
Yeah, she said, she's like, I'm trying to make sure I'm going to make sure you feel comfortable and feel open. Like, this is not you coming into my space. Like, because once you move in, I wanted you to feel like it's our space. She was like, I want you to know that you have just as much say what goes on and what moves around, how the house looks, and it's like as much as me. Like, if you don't like the way something looks or you want to move something around, I want you to feel comfortable to say,
right. And I like that.
I don't like where this is, or I don't like how we do this. Let's try something different.
I like that. And I like that y'all being vocal about it now. And not waiting to the last minute to, say something regarding it.
That's what she was saying. I was like, oh yeah, we were about. She's like, no. She's like, we're less than 2 months till this happens. So you need to, it's like, we need to discuss this type of stuff.
Speak up, for sure.
Definitely already said we're gonna have that finance talk real soon. We're gonna have that finance talk too. Like, sit down, look at budgets and stuff.
Yeah. That can get I don't know. I just feel like that's just proves how mature the relationship truly is when y'all can sit down and have those type of conversations, and you don't feel uncomfortable having them. I feel like that's really one of the you're just like, okay, we're very mature. Okay, look at us, like moving along, and it just shows that it also shows you, is this going to be your lifelong partner or not? If we see eye to eye and things like this, and if it works, cool, we in this together. So
yeah, that's what I said. I was like, hey, I'd already told myself like I wouldn't make that leap until I'm pretty sure that that's the next thing I want to do.
That's the biggie. But yeah, I love that for you. So 2024 is looking pretty good so far, huh?
Yeah, I was like, 2024 is looking good. I was like, 2023, was kind of for the birds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being unemployed for like 5 months was really sucks.
Yeah. That can definitely put a toll on things. But yeah, for sure.
But that time is also what helped our relationship. That's why she was telling me, like, hey, that's the bright side of it. She's like, yeah, like you were unemployed. She's like, but that was when we were like still new in the relationship, and she works at a school. So she was like, I was off for the summer. So I was like, you not having a job and then me being off for the summer, it's like that actually is what helped our relationship. She's like, we probably wouldn't be as close and have like
close and as strong. Yeah. Things happen for a reason. Kind of got to look at it a little bit differently, maybe, but I think that's okay.
Because I told her when we made it official, I was like, yeah, it's you seeing me through like this whole unemployment thing and like holding me down and just saying like, no, like I believe in you. You gonna find something else soon. Like, don't worry about, because typical man stuff like, oh, I hate that she's paying for like a lot of stuff or and this and that. She was like,
yeah, that
she
can
was
get
like,
annoying, but I mean, it sounds like y'all got a good handle on things though, and y'all understand each other, especially during these weird times when you feel at your lowest, especially. So it's like, okay, you was there, and not only that, but she was there and she didn't throw it in your face. I think that's very important.
And this is even before we made it official. I was like, oh, like you, okay, like yeah I'll be your boyfriend.
Yeah.
And plus, like around the time I did say that, she was like, oh, for sure. It's like, because we had been talking for a minute. She was like, I was gonna get to that point where I was like, okay, so what is we like?
Okay, because what are we doing?
She was like,
what was up? She said, what are we doing?
She was like, I was cool like those first few months. Like I was like, okay, like we having fun. We're just kicking it. She was like, but after a while,
fun, but.
She was like, so if you hadn't said nothing, she's like, sooner or later I was gonna be like, what's up? We can't just be like, we cool,
so
we just dating.
Literally, so true.
But
that's good. I love that for you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But again, I wanted to start off with us met through our love of Wale. So our guy,
yes,
he's back.
Crazy how we met through Wale, but yes,
yeah,
he's back. The song was very timely. It was interesting though, because it was like this Ross and Meek Mill album supposed to be dropping, so I'm like, it kind of did like spark something like, okay, well, where Wale at?
Because he's on the song Fine Lines.
Yes.
Yeah. And I haven't finished the full project, but I made sure I listened to that song.
Same. I didn't listen to the full thing. The production on the album was really good though. Like it's really good. But I definitely was like, well, dang, where's Wale at? It's like, okay, we all ain't got no beef or nothing. That's good. But I do love that song. It was very timely. I don't know. I love Wale. Did you listen to the remix of
Masego?
You Never Visit Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually had that.
I love it.
I got it on my list.
Wale.
I was like, Masego, You Never Visit Me remix. I was like, oh yeah, let's get it. I'm ready.
That is a classic Wale verse. I love it. That is the Wale I love. That's Wale I fell in love with. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And Masego is really good for making remixes to songs that he made like 2 years ago. Like I don't understand, but I love Masego. I feel like that was the perfect combination.
It made me go back and re-listen to this album. I was like, oh yeah, I did like this Masego album.
Yes. It just kind of reminded you, like, oh my goodness, this Masego album is really good. I saw Masego this year. I think was that this year or last year? That was this year, I think. Yeah, that was this year. I saw Masego. I did, but I didn't hear Tadao because he did these fake little these artists keep leaving stages and come back out doing encores, and he did it twice. I didn't know he was gonna do it twice. And he came back out the second time, and I was leaving out already, and he came out the second time and he did Tadao, and I was very upset. But all in all, it was a great show. Like a great show. He played the hell out of that sax. He's a great performer.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go check Masego out.
Yeah, definitely. If Masego comes to Dallas, make sure you check that out.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Masego was a great show, but when I heard that remix, I was just so in shock. Like, wait, what? Like,
I was like,
I was in
hold
shock.
on, wait. I was like, oh, Masego and Wale. I gotta check this out.
Yeah, I was in shock.
I was like, let's get it. And then again, like seeing him on the Ross Meek thing, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, my guys.
Yes, I was like, look at him coming back. I love this from him.
I was like, let's go, let's get it.
I hope he's, his mental is better. He's coming back, and it's been a while since we've heard from Wale. It's definitely been some years, but I think he's coming back with vengeance. I mean, I love to see it, and hopefully we get an album out of this. I don't know.
Yeah, cause I was telling the homies, because they all know, like, I'm the resident Wale fan of the group. So I was like, hey, new situation with Def Jam. I was like, all he really needs is just a label that's just going to support him and like let him.
You just need a label.
Yeah, I was like, he just need a label that's going to help him fulfill his vision. Like, just let him do him, fulfill his vision, whatever he got for the project. Like, hey, if I want to do 3-4 videos or whatever singles, like just let him do him. Like, let's rock out.
Literally. I hope.
I was like,
I don't know.
he gonna
Hope
keep
it goes
one.
in his
He gonna
direction.
keep one lady's record that's gonna be fire. So I was like, hey.
He always gonna do one for the ladies. That's no issue ever. But yeah, I hope I really hope that this Def Jam does him good, and I hope that he's able to have that creative freedom that he wants to have, and just to stay consistent, if that makes sense. I don't want him to have this fall off that long again. You know?
No.
Let's keep it consistent. They ain't gotta be dropping as much as these new guys. They be dropping 2-3 albums a year. I don't know how they do it, but
because streams, they don't get no money for these streams.
it's insane, and that's why y'all don't nobody get their concerts because y'all drop too much. We don't know the new music.
Yeah, that actually reminded me. Well, actually, one of the topics I want to talk to you. So, I don't know if you heard that Lloyd Banks is dropping like his next project. He said it's gonna be like purely physical. He's gonna do it for $100, and
I did see that.
So that made me think, is there any artists that you would buy if they say like, hey, I'm dropping this album for like $100 and it's only gonna be physical copy?
I don't think it's nobody that's alive. Like I don't know. I don't think I love Kendrick that much. And I love Kendrick. I don't think I love that much to buy $100 physical album. I don't.
Yeah, that's what I was like, $100 is...
I don't. Michael Jackson, absolutely. I think I would. But Michael Jackson, I would. I've been very deep into like just going back. I don't like when I tell you I've been so disappointed with just rap music as a whole, and I've just been going back and just listening to so much old stuff. But when Halloween, that whole Drake thing was going on, people was talking about like the streams and how he was gonna beat Michael Jackson and stuff. And it just made me go back like, well, no, I'm gonna listen to some Michael Jackson because I don't want him to beat the streams. But and that's not even no Drake hate. It's just like what, like that's unheard of to me. So it was just like that's not. But I definitely
like I'm gonna do my part to help.
Like, let me do my part. Let me try. Y'all not about to just present the information to me and I'm not gonna try. Like I just felt like that was outrageous. But I definitely been listening to old Michael Jackson. I've been like, yo, like this man was insane. To start a Thriller album with Wanna Be Starting Something is crazy. And I've been tweeting that for the past 3 months and people keep calling me crazy. But I really mean that. To start an album with Wanna Be Starting Something and the rest of the tracks that follow that are hits.
Yep.
It's BA, Black IRS, aka Black Wall Street in the building.
This is E-Ray, the quasi-bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, Peen Malenko, of course, the American Cream, Brody Loads.
And I am your pod guy, your pod tribal chief, the boy A-Dub in the building. And this is Let Me Book the Territory, the greatest 4-man wrestling podcast known to mankind.
Absolutely. And you can catch us now on Inaudible Ruckus Presents. And we'll be here every Friday, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're ready for it, to sweet me when you see me and let the madness run wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will pay $100 for that. Just go a record, an album, a tape. I don't care. I will pay $100 for that. I would, no matter if it dropped in 1982, 1995, or 2015. I don't care. I would buy that. Yeah, it's just some music that is timeless like that.
Yeah, that's what because when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, this no one realized. Like, yeah, I love a lot of people, but $100.
I love a lot of people. You hear me?
I was like 50. Like I could do like $50. Like I do like 50.
Yeah. I can see myself paying $50.
Maybe like up to 75. Maybe depending on who it is. Like maybe.
I know who it is.
But I was like, I could do a strong 50 for some folks, but.
Well, I don't know. As far as 75, I probably would have paid. If Beyonce came out and said that she was gonna sell that Renaissance album for $75, I would probably would have bought it. Yeah. That album got crack in it. So.
yeah, she did her thing.
She did her thing.
I was like,
so I still probably wouldn't pay $100, but 75, she probably would have got me.
Yeah, I was like, because I'll be looking at like, damn, these folks are paying thousands of dollars for these floor seats.
Thousands of dollars. But Lloyd Banks? I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, it's probably just gonna be like all of Queens, New York that does it.
All over the age of 45.
Yeah. I was like,
they probably got it on the age limit. They got to COID in order for the kids.
So I'm like, Lord, I was like, I like you. I like your little renaissance you've been doing these last couple of years with these albums you've been dropping. You sound like you back in it, but
that's deep.
At $100.
That's deep. I don't like that.
I was like, I love Nipsey, and I didn't want to pay $100 for his project.
Right.
I was glad. I was glad when they finally hit streaming. Like, oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Because I was not trying to spend. I was gonna try to bootleg that joint for real.
Thank God. No, I feel that.
I'll be like, all right, who gonna leak this album? Who gonna leak it so I can get this?
For real, because that's outrageous. No, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
But
I want to see the numbers.
Yeah, right. I want to see how they're really gonna do.
I want to see the numbers.
Also, you know, again, we've been talking about like life and all that, and being a creative. Going to that, how what's up with the podcast? We still doing the podcast? Is 4 Year Records like still a thing?
4 Year Records podcast, y'all know 4 Year Records podcast is my baby. Like,
yeah, I was like,
really
you've been having parties and stuff, celebrating anniversaries.
I celebrate my 1 year anniversaries just because I want to celebrate my wins, and I just want to make sure that I just give back to the people who listen and just take time out their day to just show up to come on my platform and just talk to me. And I just always want to give back and just show them my appreciation. But 4 Year Records has been very weird for me lately.
Yeah, because I saw you took a break, and then you came back in like August.
Came back. I came back in August. I did because I reunited with one of my good friends, and he wanted to talk about, you know, some recent music that dropped that I didn't really get a chance to talk about. So, you know, that was good. But I did intend to just take the summer off. That was my intention. Okay. And I planned on coming back into August and keep going from there. But on my hiatus, I kind of came across a lot of people in my city that were also podcasting. And not to say that they were kind of doing what I was doing, but it seemed to cross a lot of lines for me. And not to say I felt small, but Cleveland is a place where they support a lot of popularity. Anyway. Yeah. And I'm not the type to chase popularity. Most of my listeners aren't even in Cleveland, if we want to be honest. Because I travel a lot. I leave my stickers everywhere.
What's dope?
Like, you know, it's like I don't really have a lot. Most of my listeners, you know, are really in the South, to be honest with you. And I was doing a lot of traveling, and I was doing a lot on the go to the point where I couldn't really sit down and talk to my guests the way I wanted to. So that was kind of like, all right, let me take the summer off for a second, because I just had too much on my plate. And then I got promoted at work earlier this year, and at first it was like, okay, I'm promoted, and then it got to a point where like, I kind of showed them how good I was in my role, and now I'm taking on more workloads. So now when I want a podcast, I can't podcast
because you gotta work,
or I gotta work. Now it's like, now I don't know what time I'm gonna get off work. I'm supposed to get off work at 4:30, but I can work till 6 today. And then most of the time I was scheduling my podcast to come at 5 or 5:30. So it's like, if you know, by the time I'm tired and do everything like that, it's like, okay, well, I want to get off work and I want to relax. I don't want to hop on a mic for an hour and a half. That's not what I want to do. So then it got to a point where, all right, well, let me change the drop date, and maybe I can record on different days. But then the other things started happening where I'm noticing these podcasts kind of taking things that I wanted to do, or things that, you know, I wanted to talk about and things like that. And it was hard for me to like make it my own in a way. And it kind of doing some like self-conflicted, like, oh, should I keep doing this, or do I want to keep doing this? Am I creative enough? Like, what's keeping me from standing out at this point? And I think that's kind of what stopped me from dropping anything new. I'm figuring out what is keeping me fresh, what is keeping me different. And I don't want to change 4 Year Records because I love music and I love talking about things that are new and just reminding us of the things that are old. But as far as having guests on my podcast, it has been very hard for me because when they go on these other podcasts and then they come on mine, their expectations are a little different. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, we're not about to be talking about your whole life story for 45 minutes. That's not what we do. That's not what I want to do. And it got to a point where I need to remarket myself. I need to reassess myself. I need to kind of like, kind of start over in a way. I'm 3 years into podcasting now, and it got to a point where I kind of got complacent.
Okay.
And I don't ever want to feel complacent with anything that I do. And I think that's kind of what kind of prompted my break to just go a little longer than normal. And I have been picking back up things, and I have been, figuring some things out and, reassessing myself and trying to figure out what started my podcast, what made me want to do it, And I listened to my first episode, and the first thing that I said was, don't nobody want to hire me for this, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So now that I have a job that I'm doing what I want to do, it's kind of like, well, why do you want a podcast still? So that's where I'm at. I'm trying to like reassess, like
reevaluate, like
I'm just trying to reevaluate my why in a way. And it's like, I'm not done. I'm for sure not done. I'm just trying to figure out what does For Your Records look like to me now, because I started it in 2020 during the pandemic, and now it's like, all right,
going into 2024.
I'm going to 2024 now. My life from 2020 is totally different now. I'm so much more on the go. I'm so much more like, just, I don't know. It's just like, I'm trying to figure out how can I make For Your Records different, especially with all these new podcasts that are starting in Cleveland. And I commend them so much, because it's a lot to put into a podcast, and it's a lot. And the way that people are, starting podcasts with their friends and really able to like have fun with it, and it's kind of like second nature to them. Podcasting never felt like that to me. It always felt like a job, because this is what I want to do. So it's kind of like, all right, now it's like I'm kind of rewriting what my job entails to me. I guess that's the best way to put it. So I do plan on starting back podcasting though, after the holidays. I do plan on bringing For Your Records back, definitely by January 2024. So that's definitely the goal, but that's definitely like the reason for my hiatus. It's kind of like after I hit 3 years, I was kind of like, okay, this is getting kind of complacent. Like, this isn't kind of like, it became so robotic for me.
I gotta keep
and it was
fresh.
Like, yes, and it's like I'm running into all these new people, these fresh faces, and it's like, wow, I love that idea. And then it's like I'm running into other people that's kind of like, wow, that sounds like mine a little bit. And then it's like I'm just trying to understand, like, what keeps them going in a way, because I've been kind of feeling burnt out. And it's like, and just going back to the guest part, it's just very hard to find guests that are aligned with what I want to talk about. Versus, because it's a lot of dope artists in Cleveland, but I think I am going to stop interviewing rappers per se, because, they want to talk about their own music, and I want to talk about the music that is dropping, and I want to talk about everything else. And I just feel like some people want to talk about their own music and they expect it to be an interview, and it's like, that's not necessarily what it is. I want to come and I want to talk to you about music all around. We're going to talk about your music, but I want to talk about new music, just old music. I want to talk about the celebrity drama and all the life lessons in between that come with it. And I don't want that to be lost with anything that I do. So.
You'll figure it out, because I definitely been going through the same thing myself. It's like,
yeah,
I've been pulling out,
sticking to the vision,
Yeah, because one is just, it's not really for me. There's not really a lot of people in Dallas that I really want to interview now. More like it's like it's some people like on my list. Like I would love to interview you. I would love to interview, but it's really just like a lot of some people like I don't want to interview you. Like nothing's about you that makes me want to talk to you.
Yeah, and it gets to a point where people are such fans of my podcast, or they heard about my podcast, or just whatever, or they run into me and they recognize my voice. That's hilarious. They run into me and they they recognize my voice. That's hilarious. But people just ask to come on, and sometimes I gotta ask myself, like, well, why? Like, well, why do you want to come on? Why? Why do you want to come on? Like, do you listen to the show and you want to come on and bring your own opinions, or do you want to
Just
come on and just
try to
say
use my
that I'm
platform.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it just gets to that too. So it's like, and then I'm on the podcast by myself, so it's like I want to keep doing every episode by myself. You know, that gets a little old.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Like I remember I had an old coworker who was like, "Hey man, let me come on your podcast, talk about my life and this," and I was like, "But you don't do nothing."
You never just come on my podcast just because I got a podcast. Like that's
like
how it works.
I know you. All you do is you work and you go home.
Yeah.
And you take care of your kids and
you're a dad. Yeah, so
it's like there's nothing really interesting that's like I want to talk to you about that. I don't even want to share with my audience about. Like, oh yeah, check me out with him, blah blah blah, and listen to us talk about this.
You ain't nothing like that's not even trying to be funny, but you not nothing to talk about. Like, I want to talk about something interesting, and
then I was like, bro, you don't even listen to my podcast. You just know I podcast.
That too. That's what really gets on my nerves too. You just know I podcast. You don't even know what I podcast about. You just want to come on because you know I have one. That's what
right.
But one thing I will say, I love people that I run into that are like producers and things like that. Their idea of music and just like how they listen to music, I love talking to them. Like you could pick their brain for hours, and it's just like because producers see music differently, and they sample a lot, and they they know the history, and I love it. It's like those are the people that I like talking to more so better than the artists.
And then I love just listen to like how you took the sample and how you came up with the idea. Like, oh
yeah, how did you do that? Like
you took that and you chopped that and you made that from that.
Yes, I love.
And it sounded fire.
I love that. That really, I love that. So yeah, that's why I'm at with it. I'm just trying to skew my vision a little bit and just figure out how I can get the guests that I want to come on my show that just match with my vision in a way.
I feel it and definitely understand that. We was talking about Cleveland and all that, and how things are going on recently. Tracy Chapman, I don't know if you heard about it. She won Song of the Year for Luke Combs' remake of Fast Car.
Fast Car, yes, I saw that. First of all, I love that song.
And
so when
I saw that clip, and he was like, it's been my favorite song, and I loved that song since I was 4 years old. I was like, oh wow, that's
4 years old.
Because I was like, I had heard the original stuff, but I was like, I didn't know him, so I had to listen to like his version. I was just like, oh, this is fire, and he gave her like all the credit or whatever. I was like, I don't know if that was like something that she, her family or whatever, like had it, and it's like, no, we getting 100% credit. But I was like, the fact that like, hey, she got all the credit for it.
I love that. But yeah, I thought that was really, really dope. And like, that's crazy how she just now like getting the award though. But yeah, I love that song. I think that's very well deserved. And it was very random too, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm excited. I like it. I love it. And I just love that song.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to talk to Key about how she knows, because I knew you would know who Tracy Chapman is, especially with her being from Cleveland and all that. So I was like, that's dope. First black woman to win a country music award.
Right. That's even crazy. The first black woman to win a country music award.
And then also, I just want to talk to you from Cleveland. What's it like? Speak to the folks that may not know about what's it like growing up in Cleveland, and something like you would say like the best things about living in Cleveland, because I saw like a little clip on I don't know if you go to the Instagram page, the I'm from Cleveland Instagram page.
Oh, and they're funny.
So that's how I thought about the question. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to ask Key about that.
To me, the best things about living in Cleveland is food. I don't care nowhere else in the world, but our food is good, and I love how you can go somewhere and like, you know, if you about to order something, it's about to be good. Like, we known for our corned beef. Get you a corned beef from Cleveland. Okay. Get you a corned beef from Cleveland. I'm telling y'all. I want Keith Lee to come here so bad and get a Polish boy. It's a very simple thing. It's a hot dog with some fries on it, barbecue sauce with a little bit of coleslaw. Amazing. amazing. I just really want him to just come here and just try that and just be like, wow, so simple, so good. Because I know it's gonna be good and it's gonna drive him insane. But
put that out in the atmosphere, like, hey, come to Cleveland. Get your
no, for real. I
photos
just saw he in New York.
Oh yeah, I did see that the other day.
You kind of close, bro. Just keep on coming. Just keep on coming.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Neezy here. I wanted to make sure that y'all go and get your Naturally Nay Instant Moisture Duo. That's right, you know this Instant Moisture Duo can be used on braids, locks, twists, beards, and all of your natural hair. The moisturizer is all natural ingredients. One of our key ingredients, aloe vera. You know aloe vera is really great for your scalp. And our oil blend is a mixture of the best oils that you can use to promote hair growth and give your hair a good shine and overall just a natural glow. So you're getting 2 amazing products. Make sure you go to inaudibleruckus.com/naturallynay. And also you can follow us on Instagram at naturally_nay, NAEE.
Our sports, we may lose, but we go hard.
Yeah,
we go
I tell people,
hard.
I was like, even though my mom grew up in Akron, she's a diehard Cleveland everything. Like
Cleveland Browns.
So I would tell people, I was like, I get my sports
fan.
fandom from my mom, like, cause growing up watching Cleveland Browns games, growing up watching Cavs games. My mom be like, oh, these teams that make me have a heart attack. Like, she's like a Cleveland team's like, it don't matter. It could be the Indians, they could win it for 7-8 innings, and then like the 9th inning they lose it. It could be the Cavaliers, they up 3 quarters, 4th quarter lose it.
I don't know what
the
it
Browns,
is.
They be up 3 quarters, 4th quarter they lose it.
I don't know what it is, but we are the diehard fans. We're the ones that be like dead serious for the preseason games for the Browns. People were still up at 5 a.m. going downtown, pulling the grills out, ready, losing or not, and they're gonna be there next Sunday at the same time. And the Browns there, ready to pay that $30 parking at 5 a.m. And it's insane when you think about it, but it's the most fun time you'll ever have.
Yeah, one of my boys, he just was talking about how he did that. I don't know what game for Cleveland early in the season he was talking like, yo, I want to go tailgate. He's like, folks was out there 5 a.m.
Tailgating in Cleveland is an experience. I kid you not. Our Halloween weekend, people was out partying, clubbing Saturday, dressed up in their little, Halloween fits. Out till 3 a.m. People went home real quick. I kid you not. Got into their Browns shirt and went right back downtown. I've never seen nothing like it. I think it's insane how hard we go for Browns, especially. But I've never seen nothing like it in other cities when I travel. And I really love us for that. So, shout out to the Cleveland Browns fans always. I think that's insane. There's no other fan base like the Cleveland Browns. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, definitely shout out to them. Just won that game against the Ravens right before we started recording.
And we just won today. Shout out to the Browns. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else makes Cleveland. I don't know, man. Cleveland is not a real place, to be honest with you. It's a lot of funny things that goes on here. You could be at the bar chilling and a fight will break out of nowhere, and before you know it, the staff will be behind you on your side, and you just look up like, who is this fighting with me? It's crazy. It's really a crazy town here in Cleveland. It's not a real place. But there are some downsides to it. It's probably not safe, but we have a good time anyway. But I love it. I really love it. I don't know. I'm outgrowing it for sure, but I'll always be a Cleveland girl. That's not nothing.
She said Cleveland to the day I die.
Please, I will never drop Keith and Clee from my name. If you know, you know.
Yep, Keith and Clee.
I will never drop it from my name.
Let's see. Let's switch positions to talk about the music. So we were sexing back and forth about some of the music we listen to. Like, so what are some of the artists you want to let the folks know that you listen to lately? Some either artists or albums, like whatever you want. Like, what's been on the playlist for 2023 for Key?
So for 2023, first and foremost, we're gonna get into this R&B because I've came across some really dope artists this year. Like just the songs alone have just been really good. You know, aside from Brent dropping his album, that was amazing. Alex Isley, she's amazing.
She never fails me.
Wow.
Never fails me. Never fails.
Wow, she's so good with everything she touches. Everything she touches is like, wow.
I had actually just got my girl hip to the fact that she was related to the Isley. She was like,
oh, she's
what?
related to the Isley brothers.
She was like, what?
I assumed that when I heard her name.
She was like, what? I was like, yeah. Her dad is one of the guys in the band. She was like, wow. She was like, I did not know. I was like, no, it's not Ronald Isley. I was like, it's the one of the other brothers.
Right, it wasn't him, but it was that's her uncle though.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, I know she just did like a song with her dad recently. I was like, oh, and this is fire.
Yeah, all of it is fire. I'm trying to think because I've definitely found so many new artists. One of them I found though this year was Dende, Dende.
Oh yeah, you were saying that.
I found him on accident. Just coming across like I can't remember what I was listening to. I want to say I was listening to Xavier Omar because I'm a big Xavier Omar fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I was coming across him, and I want to say I was listening to one of his albums or something like that, and then they put on like the radio afterwards when I had
as soon as it ended. Yep.
So I think what happened was it played like this song Flowers. Which is crazy because I think he ended up just doing a remix recently with Xavier Omar for that song Flowers. And it caught me off guard because I was like, oh my God, he's singing effortlessly. Like he sounds good. Like he sounds really good. So what ended up happening was I just went back and I was listening to his EP that he dropped, and the whole thing was just flames. Like I was like, oh yeah, this is flames. Like it's so fire. The EP is called Before We Crash.
Okay.
It dropped like earlier this year, and he also had dropped another album after that, 95 Civic. I haven't really dived into it as much as I would like to, but that's a good album too for the most part. But his EP is called Before We Crash, and that's really like no skips. I love it so much.
Okay, yep, I see it. Oh, then a Flowers
like
remix.
It's like 6-7 songs, yep, and then he got the Flowers remix. It's
Deontay
so good.
Hitchcock. I like Deontay Hitchcock.
Yes, really good. He can just he just really just like amazed me when I heard him. I'm trying to think. I really love like I said, I love that Brent Faiyaz album that just dropped. I do like his other one that dropped last year too, but it's like this one was just very timely for me because it wasn't like he was overdoing it in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but I love it. A lot of people were saying that they like the other album better, but I personally like this one better. I don't know. I just really love Brent Faiyaz when he's got that authentic music, not when he's, trying to prove a point or tell a story or just feel like, but I love it. And I think Where You're At is a great relatable song. So I love that larger than life Brent Faiyaz.
Yeah, I was like, I hadn't checked it out yet, but because I was gonna check it out right before we record, but then I was like, oh, the Cowboys are playing, so I was like, yep.
Like I can't check it out right now.
Yep. I was like, Brent, I was like, you can wait till after the pod because Cowboys are playing. But he's definitely on my list to check that out. Anybody else you been bumping?
Sampha. I love Sampha's new album.
Yeah, Sampha.
Like it was so timely, so good. I was like, wow, when I first heard it. Like, wow. Like
I was like, damn. I was like, this nigga did it again.
I was really taken back. He just does not make a bad song. But I really love the song Satellite Business and Dancing Circles.
Yes.
And Can't Go Back. I love that song, Can't Go Back. That's a good one too. And that's another one. Only? Is that Only? Yeah, that's a good song. That's a really good song too. I love Doja Cat's new album, Scarlet.
Yeah, I was
trying her best.
Because I've heard a lot of good reviews from that one.
She's trying really hard to dive into like her rap bag, and they still keep putting her in this pop category, and it's like, baby, give it up. But it's so good. Like, she really did a good job of giving a variety of music, not just sticking to just, you know, fuckboy music. She definitely dropped some little love songs. But I love the song Love Life on there, Agora Hills, Ouchies, Demons, Pinkerton Red, of course. Often. It's just, she got bangers. I love them. Trying to think, who else have I been listening to? Well, what dropped this year?
I was gonna say, as one you mentioned the group chat out that I definitely already agreed with. I actually re-listened to his album again today. I was like,
oh, yep. Friday?
Yes, the Friday.
Friday is a good like, wow, that is no skips. When I remember just first hearing it, and I was just like in shock, like.
I was like, so it's something about his voice. It's just like
his voice is wow. Like, his voice is very wow. But you know what? I honestly was not that much hip for Friday. I went to Roots Picnic. It's kind of like my thing now. I go to Roots Picnic every year because this is my second year going.
Okay.
And Friday came on for like the earlier set, and I kind of got there and I thought nobody I liked was on stage yet. So I kind of walked to the smaller stage just to see who was on, and Friday was on.
Okay.
And I was so in shock. Like, I knew of him, and I knew, you know, that one song that was popular at the time.
The God Did.
Yes. So I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, oh, wow, okay. And I was like, his voice is very different. And then I started like hearing some of his old songs, and I was like, oh, like, okay, I might have to dive deep, but I never really did. And I saw that he dropped, and I was like, okay, well, let me check it out. So taken away, like, wow. And then but seeing him live first and then hearing the album, I don't know, it just did something different to me, I guess. But wow, like, I was very much in shock. He did his thing. That's a great album.
Yeah, because like, I tell folks like who are like gospel fans who I'm like, yo, yes. I was like, I even told my mama, I was like, hey, I know I don't usually like give you like music recommendations. I was like, but check out this artist named Friday. I was like, you know,
his
you love
gospel.
I was like, it's
like he got some like ballads on there. Like, when it comes to you. That is a good song. Like, let a man sing that to me. You love me? Like, that, it's really different when you come across songs like that too, because it's like, wow, like, people still make music like this. It's like, I love it. And I love that song, Lost My Way. I love that song a lot too.
I ain't gonna lie, like, I cried to that the first time I heard
that. Is a good song. I love that song.
Because I really was like, I was like, yo, I was like, this is what I feel like right now. I feel like I just kind of lost my way.
Lost my way. It's such like.
I was like, am I crying to this song right now? I was like, yo, this is like really hitting me right now.
It's been a while since I've cried to music. Like, the last song I've cried to was like probably like that Jasmine Sullivan song. But like, crazy, like, I don't know. I was very much in shock. Like, so shout out to Friday for that. Very much so. Shout out to Friday for that.
Yeah, because I tweeted about it because again I was listening to it this morning. I was like, yeah, I haven't listened to it since it dropped, and yeah, this Friday album is still fire. When it dropped, I listened a few times that week. I was like, he's been on the roll since God did.
No, for real. I was like,
his voice is just so unique and really brings out the emotions of a song.
Yeah, his voice is, nobody sounds like that. You know, like Giveon sounds a little different, but the way Friday carries notes, like, wow.
Yeah, because after that, I went to the Chris album, and I was like, yep, I can see the one. Of course, the Friday song is fire, but I was like, yeah, I can see if he wrote them. So I got to look at the credits, but I'm like, I can see the influence from Friday.
If he wrote some of Chris Brown's songs. I didn't even finish the Chris Brown album. I don't really. I don't know what my expectations are of Chris Brown albums these days. Like I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to hear. I don't know what I'm gonna hear.
Yeah.
So I kind of just wait for other people to just tell me like what songs are hard, and I just listen to them. I don't, because he already dropped an overwhelming amount of songs.
Right.
I mean, he didn't do that bad this time, but 22 is still overwhelming to me.
Still lied to us.
Yeah, he's a liar. It's okay.
I was like, how you gonna say? I'm like, okay, 11 songs, 11. I was like, this is gonna be perfect. I know all 11 songs.
11 songs is crazy.
And then he was like, yeah, it's gonna be 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. 22 songs. Wait, no, when you first announced this album, you said 11 songs. Now you saying it's 22 songs, and
He's just a liar. Whatever just sounded good to him in that moment. Just trying to get the rest of them songs off. I don't know. But I didn't even listen to the rest of it. It's not that it sounds bad, but like I said, I'm the type of person that I kind of wait for people to tell me what Chris Brown songs are good on the album, and I just kind of add them to my playlist as I see fit. I don't.
Yeah, I got through at least the first half. I think I made it like 12 or 13 songs in. I was like, I know at least for sure. I thought like the first 3 songs were fire.
3 out of 13. That's still a little iffy.
No, I was like, I know, like for sure, because towards the end, I kind of like drifted away and was just kind of like, oh, I'm just kind of like just background music, right now for me.
Background music right now.
I was like, I really need to like sit down and like listen to it. But I was like, this seems kind of fire. I was like, because the Friday joint stood out to me. The Meta feature, that one stood out to me. But other than that, nothing really was like. What was that? I was like, I need to really sit down and just really, really listen to it. But I made like 12 or 13 songs in before I was like, all right, I'm gotta get ready and go get my day started and all that.
Right. I feel you. But yeah, Victoria Monet album is really good.
Yeah, that was fire.
Like I said,
I was looking forward to that one when it dropped. So
yeah, I really love that Victoria Monet album. I feel like she really did her thing. Then as far as like rap goes, I don't know. I've just been very underwhelmed with rap lately. But like I told you, I've been very on my West Coast vibe with a lot of Larry June. And I just really love that vibe of music that he puts in his music. And I know he just dropped Ricardo, and that's really good. I really like it.
Yeah, I was like, I saw that. And I was like, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I just saw that. It's really, I like it. I don't know. Larry June don't put out bad music to me. Like, he know how to keep a vibe going.
I was excited just off the fact that I saw a 2 Chainz feature and a Schoolboy Q feature. I was like, oh.
Yes. I'm excited for 2 Chainz and Wayne album to drop next week, too.
Yes.
Well, that's crazy how time is moving like that.
Yeah.
But
I was like, let's go. College Grove, too. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I went to this random like music festival in Canton, like right outside Akron, and it was who was there? It was Twista, Yin Yang Twins, Rick Ross. I'm missing somebody, but 2 Chainz and T.I. It was a vibe.
I was like, I'll go for that lineup.
It was a vibe. I had the most.
It's random that it was in Canton, but they probably
it was in Canton. It was.
They're like, where are we going on? Where's the show at?
It was in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, that was probably how the people got them. Like, yeah, y'all, what the Hall of Fame at? We got y'all with it.
Very random. I was very surprised that it was in Canton, but it was really. I was very. I had a time at the 2 Chainz set. 2 Chainz is definitely one of those people that is gonna set it off. But I don't know. Young me was very excited to see Twista. I was very excited. Like I was like, wow, Twista is right here singing Adrenaline Rush. Ain't that something? But
which random? So maybe like a couple months ago or whatever. I saw again on Tidal. Saw the new albums that dropped, right? And I was like, Chingy dropped an album.
Chingy?
I was like, this is so random. But I I'm interested just to see what this sounds like. And I was like, oh, there's a Twister feature on here. I was like, I gotta listen to this song. And I was like, this is actually a pretty cool song.
Should they be in Twister in 2023?
Yep.
I love that. I love that.
I was like,
I love that.
I was like, a Chingy album in 2023, and there's a Twister feature. I have to listen.
That I love that. I really love that.
I'm gonna have to send it to you.
But yeah, is there anybody that you're like excited to like hurry up and drop before the year is over?
Actually, no, not really at all. Because
No?
I kind of got to the point where it's like, I'm really cool. I was like, this is November, December. I was like, I'm really actually cool on really, if really anybody drops. I was like,
Right,
I'm
like anybody dropping good.
Yeah, that's all. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, Ross, Meek, okay, that's cool. Like, yeah, like I'm excited for 2 Chainz and Wayne, but it's like if y'all held off to 2024, I would have been quite fine. I was like, I don't feel like there's no one really in rap that's gonna like. A very weird year for rap, I will say. I'm just kind of excited because it's really only the Killer Mike album that's really like it for me. That's really just number one.
The Killer Mike album was really good. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good album. I don't know. It's just interesting because it's kind of like 2012 again. Like Wayne dropping and Nicki dropping, and it's like okay.
Oh yeah,
girl.
she dropped like December 8th or something like that. Cause she said like her
she dropped
birthday.
on her birthday. Yeah. So it's just like okay, cool. Like I'm excited to see how this go, but it's like I don't know what my expectations are because it's 2023.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was like. Cause I was like Nicki. I was like I felt like she should have dropped when she dropped the little baby feature.
Yeah.
I was like, instead of doing that whole best of project or whatever she dropped, I was like, no, like this is when you should have dropped a new album.
I also feel like Barbie could have been so much better. Like the Barbie track, like we finally got a Barbie movie, and Nicki Minaj trademarked herself as the Barbie, and it's just like I feel like it could have been so much better. Like
Which
I don't know how to, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I always wanted like a full on. First of all, I always wanted her to sample that song because you're a Barbie, bitch.
Yeah,
so it's like I always wanted you to sample it, and then it's like, well, okay, you got Ice Spice with you, okay, I guess, and then it was like, okay, it's growing on me, but it was like this could have been better.
Yeah, I was like,
and it's like
it's cool.
She missed the marks. That could have been her whole soundtrack, you know. Like I could see her doing a song with Lizzo. I could see her doing a song with Dua Lipa.
See, yeah, not that we think about it, I was like, she could have did that kind of like what Kendrick did with the Black Panther soundtrack. That
and
first
that's what
Black
I was
Panther.
expecting her to do, kind of like a pop out Barbie album, and we just missed the mark there. I feel like that's totally.
She's like, hey, it's me and just a bunch of women on these on all the songs, just. Or even if it was just like a couple songs where she's like, I'm not even on these songs, but it's like I got these dope ass rappers or dope ass females just on this.
And that could have been something that she could have did and could have, cleaned her slate with the rest of the rapper girls and could have just, I could have definitely seen a lot of rapper girls go hard on the track for Barbie and some singers that she likes. And I don't know. I just feel like they really missed the mark for me. I feel like we really could have did more. I feel like that was my biggest letdown this year. With as far as the soundtrack for Barbie, the movie was amazing, but the soundtrack itself, it was like, oh wow, like okay, we could have did a little bit more with this. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, definitely could have been a Black Panther thing that Kendrick did. That would have been crazy. But whatever. Opportunities missed.
Well, speaking of that song, because that kind of goes into one of the things I want to talk to you about was the Grammy nominations. So we'll start off. So we just talked about the Nicki Minaj song. Let's go with best rap song. We got your girl Doja Cat with Attention.
Ooh, okay.
Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice for Barbie World.
Okay.
Uzi with Just Wanna Rock.
You know what?
Drake and 21 with Rich Flex, and then Killer Mike, Andre 3000, and Future for Scientists and Engineers.
You know, if Killer Mike wins that would be amazing. I'm not gonna lie. He got Andre 3000 paused from playing the flute. Like, that was something. If he wins, that's really crazy. But me personally, if Uzi don't win that award, I know something. That was played everywhere.
Right.
Every basketball game, every football game, every party, all summer long. People DJs was playing at least 7 times a night. Like, I'm not gonna lie, even though Barbie kind of took over for the whole summer, but I don't know. I feel like Uzi would kind of be robbed if he don't get that.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, yeah, this definitely has to go to Uzi. I was like, the only really other one I would be fine with is the Killer Mike winning it. Yeah.
The Barbie one, I would understand it for one though, but I just feel like Barbie will win in other categories, just like I think Doja Cat will win in other categories.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
All right. So best rap album, we got Killer Mike.
Oh goodness.
Drake and 21, Metro Boomin, Nas, and Travis Scott.
I'll be completely honest with y'all. I'm a big Travis Scott fan. That album was not it. That album was not it.
It was mid.
It was so trash. It was given Yeezus Part 2, and if I wanted to listen to Yeezus, I would just listen to Yeezus.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to folks. And then to find out that some of those songs were just
Yeezus throwaways.
Yeah, they were just reworked songs that he had from the Yeezus stuff.
Yeah, that wasn't working. So definitely not Travis. I
actually wouldn't be fine with Metro Boomin because Metro Boomin has had a great year.
I was about to say, Metro Boomin had an amazing year. I wouldn't be surprised if Metro Boomin gets it. I wouldn't be surprised if Killer Mike gets it either.
Yeah.
Because rap has been very slow this year to the point where if you didn't listen to the Killer Mike album, you kind of under a rock because that was like the most lyrical album to drop this year.
Right.
So it's kind of like, you know?
Like I
said, to the man.
It's been the only one that I've kept on replay
Okay.
all year. It's like,
okay, because I even forgot Metro Boomin dropped. I was like, well, that was a good album though.
Yeah, because
listen to it.
I know he dropped the Spider-Man soundtrack this year, but his actual album I think dropped in December. So it technically can be part of like the Grammy window or whatever. And I was like, hey, I'll be quite fine with him winning for that
right.
album.
I wouldn't be mad at him winning either. But I don't know. Skip the Killer Mike at this point. We gotta abolish the rap category this year because anybody do nothing.
Right. All right, let's go to R&B. I got 3 categories for this one. So first up for best R&B song, we got Halle Bailey for her joint Angel.
Woo.
We got Robert Glasper, Sir, and Alex Isley for Back to Love.
That is a beautiful song. Wow.
Coco Jones for ICU. Victoria Monet for On My Mama.
Tell you what.
And then SZA for Snooze.
What was the last one?
And then SZA for Snooze. Look at your face like, what the
Oh, this is a stacked category. Wow.
Look at your face. You're like, damn, what? Can't choose.
That's very stacked. I wouldn't have any of them winning, to be honest with you. But to be honest, because Victoria Monet has so many nominations, I don't think she should win for On My Mama, even though it is a very addictive song. I personally think that Coco Jones should win this one. That song was wow. It's a beautiful song. If you were able to see that live, if you were able to see her sing that song live, I know you were in for a treat because I saw it at Roots Picnic.
Okay.
Wow. I just feel like honestly the most deserving out of it because you heard the song everywhere. It was always on the radio. Girls was using it for their reels, for their anniversary, Valentine's Day, for the little summer vacations, and all of that. Like, I don't know. It's a deep song. Like to say, if you're not by my side, I need the ICU.
Right.
That's crazy.
And I think I saw on her page like she got 5 nominations altogether.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Like I knew she was nominated for more than one, but yeah, I'm never gonna lie. I think if she doesn't get it, I think Snooze should get it because Snooze was like very played.
And I think SZA said she, if not this towards the end, I think she said she was going to drop in the deluxe.
Yeah, Solana. I did see that.
Yeah. So we might get that towards the end.
Drop an EP, but at this point,
yeah, that's what I was like, this long since the album dropped, I was like, just call it the Solana EP.
Yeah.
It's not like a deluxe. It's just like its own separate project. Like this is just like some extra stuff that I've done or that didn't make the project. Or I know we're supposed to get the Snooze, I guess, remix or whatever alternate version with Justin on it.
Oh, okay. I do like the alternate version with Justin. I really like it. Aside from that, did you listen to that Diddy album?
Yes, because the Diddy album, I thought that was really good. I don't think it's as good as the Rory album, as Rory's R&B album, but I was like, because Rory's has been in rotation for me too.
I do like his as well. Yeah. That's an iffy one. But I do love that Justin Bieber song, Moments, that he has. Yeah, I really love that.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, Diddy. I was like, you got Justin like
okay. I love that. It was really good. I loved it. I love it so much. I love that song. I love the song with Jasmine Sullivan too. Side note. Just other side of it. But that's crazy. Wow, we're stacked. Good job to all those ladies though. I wouldn't even be surprised if Halle wins it. That was a very powerhouse song of her to put out.
Yeah.
Especially right after her being Ariel for for Little Mermaid. But
yeah, I remember watching that video. I was like, oh damn.
That is a stack.
So I think I saw her sing like a live version of it first, and I was like, what is this? What is she doing? I was like, what is this song? And I was like, oh, this is like an actual song that she has out right now. And I was like, I was like, oh, this is amazing.
That woman can sing. Wow.
I was like, okay. I was like, I'm loving this. I'm seeing you like you going into your own too. I love
it. I love it. Not just Chloe doing it. She's doing it too. It's really good to see both of them in their own for sure. I love it. But yeah. What's the next one? I'm intrigued.
Best progressive R&B album. We got Black, Diddy, Terrace Martin and James Fauntleroy, their collab album, Janelle Monáe and SZA.
Ooh. For progressive album?
Yeah.
Ooh. I would say SZA. I would.
Yeah, I'll say SZA or Janelle Monáe.
Janelle Monáe did have a great album.
I was like, because that's another one for me that's been in rotation. I'm like, this.
Yeah. Janelle Monáe album was really good. I wouldn't call it progressive though.
Yeah, that's how I was like.
That's the only thing that's kind of like iffy about it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I would say her last album was progressive.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think the Diddy album was like progressive, but it's like, let's at least give him a nomination for something. Cause you never know. They probably was like, hey, let's give him like at least a nomination, like, cause we don't need Diddy going on a rant about why my album.
I don't think he'll be on a rant though. Like, I think he just, but for him to actually even be considered, and he dropped so recently, I think is pretty dope though.
Yeah, like
he dropped it right on the borderline there.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, for best R&B album, we got Babyface. Yep. That for all the girls or whatever the album.
See now, okay, now you could just stop there because he needs to just go ahead and win because everybody else on that category, I bet, is on the album.
Pretty much, because Coco Jones, who's on the album, and that's what really got me hip to her was hearing her on
her
that
album, on his album.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, and then so when I heard, and I was like, oh, I'm like, oh, that's the girl from Fresh Prince. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, she sang. I was like, oh,
yeah, she sounds good too. Wow. Okay, who else?
Emily King, which I've never heard of her. So yes, I said I'm gonna have to look that up. Some chick named Emily King, your girl Victoria Monet,
okay,
and Summer Walker for the
her EP.
Yep.
Oh wow. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting her to get nominated for that EP. A lot of people didn't like that EP, but I loved it. That's the Summer Walker I love. The jazzy, the mini Erykah Badu feel. I love that. I would love to see Summer win that, but like I said, it makes sense for Babyface to win that because he literally brought all of the R&B singing.
Yeah, he brought all the girls.
He said singers only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so look at that track list. There ain't no BS singers on there, and that is a no skip. He did his thing.
Yeah.
So I honestly would like to see Babyface win that. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised.
Because it was like, was it late 2022 that it came out? I don't think it was this year.
Yeah, it came out. Yeah, because I remember it was like Ladies Night Only or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm about to look it up.
Yeah, because
I just love that album.
Because I remember just seeing the studio session of Kalani with him, and I was like, oh.
He said singers only, Josh. Only the singers could come. Only the singers could come, because no BS singer girl is on there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whoa, he got all the girlies. Like, wow. Okay, hold on. Let me see when he dropped this. Yeah, he dropped it October of last year.
Okay, yeah, late last year. Because I was like, I remember listening to it, but I was like, I think it was 2022. But
yeah.
I definitely could. Yeah, I'll go like either him or Coco or Summer. I gotta see what else Coco is nominated for.
Yeah, I gotta see what else Coco was nominated for too. That's interesting. But I really want her to win for ICU. I feel like that is a stacked category. But wow, I'm just in shock. Whoever wins that, honestly, is so deserving. They're in great company, and they're all talented. Like, they didn't half-ass nobody. So I love that for them. I really do. Grammys knew what they was doing this year with that.
At least with the R&B.
At least for the R&B. They knew what they was doing.
At least with the R&B. Yeah. It's like
they did that. I'm excited now. Wow.
Mm-hmm. But really the last topic I really want to talk about, because I've been saying it for a little minute to like the homies. I've said it on a couple pods. I think Lil Yachty is having a career year. Now,
I agree with that. I agree. I feel like he's been on top for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
He's making his way. He's one of those people that's overly talented, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
He's very overly talented. I'm still shocked from the album that he put out earlier this year, Let's Start Here.
Yeah, Let's Start Here. So
I'm still in shock from that. Like,
so news, when I first listened to it, I had drank some shroom tea.
Oh. You listened to it in a totally different mind.
I was like, this is some great music. I was like,
that was the perfect music to hear.
Yeah, and so like the next day, I was like, let me go back and listen to this again. Like, now that I'm like clear-headed,
normal
and normal, and I was like, this is still a really good album. Like, yes, this is amazing.
You know how you wish you can go back and hear a song again for the first time? I really wish I can hear the Black Seminole for the first time. That was like, insane to me. Like I was like, what? And I don't think I was like playing it. I want to say my dude was playing it, and I was just like caught off guard because he was just smoking, and I was just like, wait, what is this? And I was just like, Yachty? What? And then I mean, we went home and watched the video, and I was like, oh no, okay, I can't wait for the album. I remember for the album to drop, and I was like, oh yeah, I like this. This is different. This is different.
Yeah, because I was telling folks like, yo, I had never heard a Yachty album before this, because I was part of the like, oh, this mumble rapper, he can't rap. I was like, but because I saw the stuff that he was doing with Drake, because for the previous album,
yes.
So I was like, he wrote on that album, and I heard him say, he was like, hey, if you like that last Drake album, you will like my album. And I was like, okay, so it's probably pretty much like the same vibe. And when I listened, I was like, this is kind of like the same lane. I was like, this is really good. I was like, he didn't lie. If you like the Drake album, you cannot say you're not gonna like my album. And then I was just like, okay, he's doing this production for Drake. He's doing like writing for Drake. I was like, he got this album right here. I was like, and then all the Lucy's he dropped just throughout the year. I was like, this nigga Drake, I mean Yachty, is having like a career.
He's having a great year. I feel like if you don't see that, maybe it's because he's just building his resume. Mm-hmm. And maybe when like he finally is kind of like out there, you're gonna like look back like, okay, well damn, he did kind of write this, he wrote that, he did this, like he does it all. Mm-hmm. He's one of those people that's just very overly talented, and he's good at everything he does, to the point where it may overlook something else that he has done.
Like I was telling my roommate, because I was like, bro, I know you don't like listen to like super long interviews. I was like, but you gotta listen to this Yachty interview, or at least like this one section. Like, cause I was talking about like listen to like this part when Yachty was talking about like, yo, I'm just trying to show people like I'm better. I'm trying to get better, but because of my past or whatever, when I first came out, no one is giving me a chance. I was like, bro, you have to listen to it. I was like, because if you that and then you listen to his music, he's showing like, yeah, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to prove to y'all like, no, I really care about this. Like, yes, I came in on that young shit, like fuck all that, but now I'm like, no, I'm trying.
You know what? Maybe
I took the time to learn. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to show y'all, like, I'm telling you, I got bars. I can write.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Maybe he has to change his name. Like, maybe he has to have like one of those Drum to Shelly things.
Oh yeah.
Because
that Shelly album was fire.
But it sounds nothing like Drum, and I feel like you kind of got to reinvent yourself in a way. And
yeah, I was like, I don't know what his real name is. It's like maybe he goes by, I don't know whatever his real name is, but maybe go by like his real name or whatever.
I don't know, but I feel like he kind of has to reinvent himself in a way, to a point where that's the only way we'll kind of like take him serious. Young Bird to
Hitmaker, yeah.
Like something. It got to be something, because when you rebrand yourself like that, it's kind of hard for people to take you serious in a way. Now that I'm kind of like understanding, like, even Lotto going from Mulatto to Big Lotto, like that's a big change. Like that's for making her from that younger artist to
like I'm a grown woman now.
I'm grown, I'm sexy, I know what I'm talking about now. Like it's very, I don't know. And I feel like now that Yachty is kind of like stepping into this new person, maybe he has to do that name rebrand change. I don't know. Maybe that's something he should think about, because he's definitely not that same guy. I mean, he kind of already did it. He was a little bored at first, but yeah. I mean, you just went from Boat to Yachty. I mean, yeah, you can do something else.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something.
I like that idea. Definitely should do that. Because even like the new singles that he got with Jid, the Half Doing Dope and Vanguard, I was like, yo, this is fire.
He just don't let up.
I was like, if y'all gonna do a project together, I'm
not against
here.
it.
I was like, I'm here for it if it off of these two songs.
Not against it.
Yeah.
So, I like it.
And I was like, even J. Cole tried to like show like, yo, I know people probably went to it for my verse, but he's like, you were saying some shit in your verse, and even just listen to Cole like break down what Yachty was saying in his verse, like, nigga, you were saying some shit. Like, I need people to understand that you were saying shit. Like, yes, I did my thing, whatever, but I need people to go back and listen to your verse.
Right.
And understand that no, you was doing some double entendre type stuff. So I was like, I really want people to take advantage and like take notice of Yachty, because this niggas actually like really, and just for a few years, even for like maybe like 3 or 4 years, I've always liked any like features that he's been on. I was like, yeah,
Yes.
I was like surprised. I was like, any feature I've heard him on, I'm like, yo, he actually killed that feature. Oh, he's actually he's killing that feature.
Does his thing. That's the thing. Like, it's not something that goes overlooked. It's just more so, are y'all paying attention? You know, like, are y'all paying attention? Because he really does his thing, and that's not nothing I'm mad at all. So shout out to you.
Yeah,
Maybe
and then I just wanted to end it with the quote that he actually just had. I don't know if you heard about the news about his Rolling Stone quote, which is what we were just talking about with just hip hop in general. He said in Rolling Stone magazine that hip hop is in a terrible place. The state of hip hop right now is a lot of imitation. It's a lot of quick, low quality music being put out. It's a lot less risk taken. It's a lot less originality.
Yeah. And that's crazy because he has all the originality in the world and he's still being. That's anybody though, right? Come out, you different, and you get overlooked.
Because I thought about, because I was reading, I forgot who's posted on some people were like, but Yachty is it? I was like, see, this is people who not like listening to his music. They just go off what their thought of Yachty is and not actually taking the time to listen to the music. Like, no, he's original if you actually listen to his music. Right. And people just don't pay attention to me. It's so weird how people just don't pay attention and be so quick to have an opinion on something that you're not doing the work on, you know? Yep. But I can't agree. It's a lot of quick music being put out, and it seems like we're okay with it. And that's weird to me. Yeah. We gotta do better. Yeah, hip hop, y'all gotta do better. You gotta do better. But that's kind of really all I had. Just want to talk some music shit with you, catch up. Absolutely, it's been so long. Right. Been forever, but I appreciate it, Josh. Definitely woke my podcast spirit back up. So I'm excited that you asked me at the right time. So I appreciate it. Anytime, and you can always hit me up if you need anything or whatever. I'm here for you. Absolutely. But let the folks know where they can find you at, for the podcast, for the socials and all that and all that. So the podcast, like I said, it should be back up running. But if you guys want to catch up and listen to the first 160 episodes, 140 episodes, one of those. It is on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, I'm sorry, iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, on For Your Records Podcast. You can also follow me on Instagram at For Your Records Podcast, or Key to His Heart. I'm more active on Twitter. That's my thing. Follow me at Key from Clee. And I'm also on TikTok at Key from Clee. I always drop I break down lyrics on there a lot. So if y'all into that and just trying to figure out what they really talking about, that's what I do on TikTok, as well as, my random thoughts leaving from work and things like that. Yeah, I'll be liking those. But yeah, make sure y'all follow me and engage. And For Your Records Podcast will be back at the top of the year. Okay, cool. Well, it's your boy Smilez. I'm with my girl Key from Clee. This has been another episode of the Music Impulse, and we out.